Hi there, everybody. So this is my update review for the Jebao, I think that's how you say it. Still don't know. WP-10 power head. I already did a review from when I first installed it, like that day, and I said I would do a update within I forget, quickly, soon, which I didn't do. I think I don't even know, maybe been a year. So I apologize for all those that have been waiting by the computer, waiting for this update review to come out. I'm positive nobody was doing that, but I'm sorry it took so long. Anyways, to get right to it, the WP-10 I still think is a great power head. It's a great wave maker. It still does its thing. Now, has it really held up over the past however so many months? No, it hasn't. Now, basically, how it has not, or to explain that, uh, is it has lost some of its uh, power, some of its umph, some of its punch. It's when I first put it in, it was making a wave so much it almost seemed like it was going to be pushing it over the top of the tank. Now at full power, pointed at the top in the best position, tuned in, so I've got like a nice back and forth wave. It's not really rocking it a ton. Um, it, I have a green hair algae little breakout on this top rock right now. So as you can see, the power back there is kind of plugged up. I don't know if you can see with this one, but it's also kind of plugged up. So right now it's probably maybe 10 or 20% less power than it could because of all the stuff blocking it. So I probably should have cleaned that before doing this, but hey, I'm sure you'll take me for my word. Basically, it has lost some of its power, but it still does its thing. As you can see, just looking at everything, everything's kind of rocking back and forth a little bit. Once I clean it, everything will rock back and forth a bit better. Now, when I first put it in, I only had that in the tank and the return pipes. I didn't have another power head. After a while, I realized I needed to put the other power head back in. It's a tunes, I forget, one of the smallest tunes you can get, which you can see in the back there. With that in there, I feel like I've got enough flow in my tank. I've got my split returns, my WP-10, and then the tunes. The WP-10 does a really good job of kind of stirring up the current, and I don't know if you can see, but maybe on the top of the toadstool, randomly you'll see like a big, spray. The current will change. So once the clownfish gets out of the way, so every now and then, you'll see a big wave. Yeah, kind of like there. So you can tell that there is a nice bit of turbulence in the tank. Now, it's not so much that the fish are struggling or anything like that. So as you can, I hope it shows everything's pretty happy. My anemone split recently, and from what I can understand is that they either split when they're happy or when they're not happy. When they're not happy, they'll probably split, and then one will move to a totally different spot of the tank. They split, stayed right next to each other, and they're both just growing like crazy again. So those are happy. My hammer corals are just growing like crazy. Uh, I had to split them up. I had to break it up and put some in the back because they were just getting so huge in the front. And these were some that they were like the damaged ones at the pet store, where they discount them, say, take it for $20 because they're, receding around the skeleton and all that kind of stuff. So I bought it, thought, oh, we'll see. And they're just, growing like crazy. Um, Same with the toadstools. Everything's growing really well. So, and the fish are really happy. Now, is that because of the WP-10? No, but it'll make a bit. It does add to the whole happiness of the tank. So, the power head is very easy to clean. That's one thing that's very nice. Very easy to clean. The magnet holds very well. It's still quiet. It still makes the wave. The controller still works normally. Everything works the same. The only thing is it's lost some of its power. So, conclusion. I have a Biocube 29. Is one of these good enough in the tank by itself? No. Yes, I do have quite a bit of rock. Even if you have less rock, I would still say no, it's not good enough. It doesn't have enough flow. Now, if you had two of them, that I think would work pretty well. With this much rock, with two of those, with the amount of power this one has now, unless maybe I upgraded the return pump so I had more flow out of there, it might, I don't know, not be enough, but it really depends. Maybe with a bit less rock work, two of these would be awesome. You put one maybe in the top corner here, and then one in the bottom corner, on the same side, so like down in that bottom corner, and get them so they're kind of working together, but then you'll never be able to time them perfectly unless you got a controller that they both plug into. But that would be pretty cool because then the current would always be changing. And at nighttime, you could have one turn off completely or something. I don't know. So I think that would be pretty cool. Or what I would recommend is you get a WP, I think it's the 20 or the 25, and do the dimmer mod. So it's basically you put like a light dimmer on it. And that way, because a lot of people say that in the Biocubes, the 20, the bigger model, I think it's the 25, is too powerful. So you put the dimmer on, you dial back the power, and that gives you a bit more adjustability with how much power and how much flow you get. I think in a Biocube 29, that would be a better option. I am still happy with my purchase. I just had to put my other power head back in. I have that one turn off at night, so at nighttime the fish are a bit more relaxed. And but the WP-10 stays on all the time. It's been on since that first review. It's still going strong. Haven't had any issues. Like I said, it's quiet. It's never broken down. I'm really happy with it. But if I was going to do it again, or if somebody had this exact setup and said, "Oh, I'm going to get a WP-10," I'd probably recommend the other one, WP-25, dimmer mod, and then you have a bit more then you have more adjustability. Basically, you have more control, more. That's one of the nice things with controllers and everything is that you can make it so it's perfect. Well, I think you just have a bit of how do you say it, broader options if with the bigger WP-25. Now, Jebao has new power heads out. I think they're smaller and they're like square looking, and I've read some good things about them. I'm not sure. I haven't tried one, so I can't give you a review on that. But there's other options out there now from the same company that are also inexpensive. So look at those. Look at all your options. I think if you have like a Biocube 14 or like a Nano Cube, those small ones, then this power head is perfect. Um, So, yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I hope that answers some questions for people. Like I said, apologize that it took so long for me to do this second review, but I hope it helps you out with any of your questions and such. So, if you have any other questions or comments, leave them down below, and either myself or maybe somebody else will chime in and answer them for you. Uh, I think that's pretty much it. So take it easy.